Okay, Masters of Horrors, John Carpenter's Cigarette Burns. Wow. You know, for being an hour long, this one's got a really simple premise, and they build this nice creepy atmosphere. And they keep that creepy atmosphere going, and going, and going, and going. And it's done, you know, it's got a nice steady pace to it. And the end is just creepy and bizarre enough that it actually kind of works. a millionaire collector who has a fancy for art films, is trying to find this film that's called, again, I'm not really that great when it comes to French, so I'll try Le Fin Absolu du Monde. Yeah, I couldn't actually find the translation for it. I would guess it's probably the absolute film of. The only time I've ever heard monde before was Café du Monde, and I don't think it has anything to do with beignets. So he enlists Norman Reedus to go find this film for him. So essentially, 40 minutes of this, the middle 40, is going to find this film. And as he's going to find the film, he occasionally sees with this for cigarette burns. This little kind of like eclipse looking deal. And every time he sees one, really crazy and bizarre things happen. And as he's trying to find this film, people kind of let him know this film is really powerful. And some of the things they do are really kind of bizarre and over the top. In a lot of ways, I kind of figured this is how it was when they were plotting the idea for a Serbian film. You know, you want to make a film that is so bizarre, so different, so out there, so anti-Hollywood, but just a really amazing and powerful film. So of course, when he finds the film, and he gives it to the guy absolutely loves it. But everyone who sees it kind of goes on a mild, like, homicidal rampage. Or they end up killing themselves. Or they kill other people, then try to kill themselves. So it's, you know, this film kind of makes The Ring seem like watching The Wiggles. It's just ridiculous. And when they actually show bits and pieces of it, it has that weird, you know, scene of this, scene of this, scene of someone being tortured, scene of someone being tortured, scene of something really creepy and bizarre happening. But it wraps itself up really nicely. When you see one of the living props from the film, and then you see that prop in the film itself, and you're like, oh, now certain bits and pieces of dialogue actually really make sense. So, Cigarette Burns, out of all the Masters of Horror that I've seen so far, this one does a fantastic job. Setup, really simple. The acting is better than B-movie. I mean, it's not Shakespeare here, but you know, the acting is pretty good. Some of the accents are less than authentic, but it's a Masters of Horror. You know, I'm not expecting, you know, a beautiful, perfect French accent or a perfect German accent. I'm expecting something kind of close enough to make you go, well, he doesn't really sound super American. But, you know, done well. If you have an hour and you have access to Netflix, you can get this on an easy stream. Or go to a store, see if you can rent it. But by far, Cigarette Burns is actually probably one of the best things I've seen that only lasts an hour long.